All right, we're live. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Bitching Dead. We are your hosts, Bekah and Farid. Unfortunately, Tara is not able to be with us tonight. We are a webcast from the minds of the geeky area, and we're here to bitch about stuff and things because somebody has to do it. If you have not seen episodes 2, 3, 4, and 5 of Fear the Walking Dead Season 7 and episodes 4, 5, 6, and 7 of The Walking Dead World Beyond Season 2. Please turn back now. We are not responsible for any spoilers that you hear. We did warn you.
Please remember that this is recorded live, so we aren't exactly sure what's going to happen. Please forgive us for any technical difficulties or accidental or intentional swears. You can join the conversation using the hashtag #ThePitchingDead.
We
And as
would
far
like
as the you can do the disclaimer.
Okay, disclaimer. Okay. We just want to remind you that views expressed on this webcast are those of the hosts as individuals and do not necessarily represent the geeky area or the webcast itself as a whole. All right. Okay, Farid, do your thing. Talk about the ratings and the news.
The ratings have been making me very, very happy over the past couple of weeks.
Because
I
they're
checked the
bad,
rate
or
because they're bad. Because they're
because
bad. and I wouldn't have it any other way.
of course.
So yeah, episode number 6 of The World Beyond season number 7 ended up only gaining 0.43 million live viewers. Like that's not even 500,000 for a big name brand.
Oh,
And you being from the Walking Dead franchise, if your show isn't even able to like attract close to 1 million viewers per episode, why do you even exist? Like
luckily
what's happening?
they've already made that. They've already made the season and it's already ending soon. So thank goodness because apparently it sucks.
It's bleeding every week. It's bleeding viewers. And yeah, and episode number 4 of Fear the Walking Dead season 7, that got 0.73 million. So not really that ahead of The World Beyond. Like even people aren't even watching Fear the Walking Dead.
I mean, to be fair though, Fear the Walking Dead kind of shot itself in the foot after season 3. I will say, however, it is definitely improving. I'm surprised, but it is definitely getting better. You may disagree with me on this. I don't know. But Tara and I were texting, and she was like, yeah, Fear the Walking Dead's actually gotten pretty good again. And I was like, yeah, right. But then I watched it and I was like, you know what? This is not bad. But
Are you
it
saying
doesn't
that
have
because you missed watching it or something?
no, no. I'm saying it. Okay, so I like situations where people are forced to survive, okay? And the fact that there's a nuclear warhead that's been dropped, multiple nuclear warheads have been dropped, makes me happy because they're surviving again. They're not just being domestic and settling down. So I think that's what appeals to me about that. Yeah, there's a little, and then with the world beyond, there's a little more intrigue other than kids walking around in the woods, you know.
The tagline: kids walking around in the woods.
Yeah, kids walking in. Oh no, oh no! I didn't mean to do that. What's happening? Okay, I'm sorry.
What happened? What happened?
Did you hear that?
No.
Okay, good. Okay.
Okay.
All right, keep going. I'm sorry.
This is live, Bekah. Remember, this is
Yeah,
live.
we apologize for any accidental or intentional screw ups. I am behaving myself
So
because this is live, so you can't cut out all of my ridiculousness.
yeah. So we are going to cover 8 episodes, four
Yeah.
from each show, and episode number 2, 6 hours. Now, as far as the favorite moments are concerned, Rufus is alive. I'm like, okay, that's good to know. And also, they ended up using the same actor to play Emil's twin brother.
I did not know that.
I
I
was
was
bit
like,
unsure. I was bit unsure. I was like, am I not like what's happening here? Is that the same actor? Turns out it's the same actor. They
huh,
brought him back.
huh. Because like at first, because she was like, because at first Sarah was like, yeah, me and my brother aren't twins. Also, by the way, I hate it when she says bro. Just say brother. You are too old to be saying bro. Yeah, me and my bro Wendell. We get it. You're the cool mom. And I just like, oh my god, it just drove me fucking nuts. Okay, But like, yeah, I didn't realize that. And
Hmm.
I was like, because at first I was kind of like, this guy looks a little familiar. But like, Emil was on the screen for like, what, he had like 10 or 20 minutes, maybe less,
Maybe, yeah.
in at the beginning of the
I think it
sixth
was
season.
season 5. No,
Was it
6.
season
Yeah,
five? I thought, yeah, I was
it's
gonna say, I thought it
season
was
6.
six.
Yeah, season 6, early season 6. Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
I had no idea that it was, I had no idea. And also, though, I couldn't hear him because I was having issues with like, I had to watch everything on my phone, by the way. So I'm watching everything on this because I need the the wordy dirds, the
Subtitles?
subtitles. Yeah, I need the subtitles, and so I couldn't hear them at first because I tried to turn on my TV, but like the subtitles weren't working. So I watched everything on my phone.
Hmm.
Um, but uh,
But yeah, they brought the actor back, and I'm like, you know what? Good for you. I guess the production liked working with him or something. Because the way they brought him back, making him a twin, I'm like, okay, identical twin. They just wanted
yeah,
him back. And also, I like some of the Grace stuff, with Grace not being able to bond with the new baby, which they named Momo. That made sense after losing her own baby. Like, you can't just replace a lost baby with a new one and just
yeah.
be okay with it that quickly. So I liked how the writers tried to explore that.
I I'm basically, so what, I'm having issues like writing all my thoughts down, so I'm kind of like coasting off your waves here. Hope you don't mind. Um, I I did like that quite a bit. I did like, especially whenever she lost her shit and she was screaming, I don't want to
Hmm.
be here anymore. I don't want to be here anymore. Like that was a really rough and violent for her character. So so I did like that, even though I hate people screaming. I did like that characterization. But speaking of people screaming, I cannot handle I cannot handle a baby crying. I cannot. I don't know if it's like sensory overload or if it makes me want to go and help the baby. I don't know what it is, but I can't handle it. It's the same thing with a dog barking. Like I just want to that's not me saying squish the baby or the dog, but I can't handle it because it's just so much. So when the baby was crying a lot, it made me feel really anxious and like genuinely upset. Not because I was upset because I need to find the baby, but it was just a really high tension. I don't know, like that actual part of it with the baby crying constantly made me actually feel something in the episode. So I was really irritated and I was like, oh wow, this definitely must be what Grace feels like. Or Morgan. I don't know. It
And also
was
because she wasn't really doing anything, she wasn't picking the baby up. She was basically ignoring the baby because she didn't want to bond with the baby. So the baby kept crying, and I'm like, you really made an actual baby cry.
I
Like,
mean,
why are you making an actual baby cry?
it makes me wonder what they did to make a baby cry because
Yeah.
there's some scenes where the baby is making like a fussy face but not quite
Mhm.
like crying, so I'm wondering if they didn't just play a baby crying over the top of it, but the baby did cry, actually cry in some scenes, and I was just like, oh my
Mhm,
god,
mhm.
push the power button, shut it off. And whenever they lost the formula, because I was like, oh, here comes the god moment, but they lost the formula.
Mhm. I also really thought for a second that Grace might end up trying to hurt the baby.
I did
Just for
too.
a second, right? In the
I did
submarine
too.
where the baby is crying and the cry is like echoing around the submarine.
and
I was
then
like,
and then she realizes
yeah.
that she's got her hand over the baby's mouth, and yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, I was like that could happen. That kind of
But
happened near the end of the episode with another character though.
and it did happen with Mika. No, Lizzie was the older one with Judith when she almost killed
Yeah,
Judith with her hand over her mouth.
Lizzie did that, and those people that Morgan found in this episode, they tried to kill Moma too,
'Cause
like the husband.
didn't they kill their own baby doing that?
Mm-hmm,
Didn't
mm-hmm,
he
they
already
did.
kill Emma? Had their baby Emma?
Yep, and
Because
then he was about to kill Momo because I guess he can't stand babies crying.
I mean, also though, whenever you're in the apocalypse, like any sound like
Baby,
that will make you go crazy.
yeah. Mm-hmm,
But
mm-hmm.
I just sorry, it's just stressful just even thinking about that stupid baby crying.
I mean,
Also,
Judith never cried, right? That was very fortunate for Rick's
She
growth.
did cry a little bit. Not
Yeah.
a lot, but she did cry a little bit.
If Momo was with the Whisperers, she would have been dead.
Yeah, they would have immediately murdered her.
Yeah.
I hate that they called her Momo. That's such a stupid ass name. It makes you think of the isn't there a little thing in Avatar: The Last Airbender named Momo? It's like a
The
flying.
lemur,
Yeah.
yeah, the flying lemur. And also Morgan's nickname is Momo.
Yeah, no, I knew that.
Mhm.
Um okay, so we also have some other gripes and WTF moments.
Oh, the fact that Morgan was able to create a radiation-proof car just like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, Morgan. And then I remembered that these people were able to create an entire airplane.
Oh
Remember?
my God, I forgot about the airplane and the Christmas lights.
Yeah, I was like, oh, they were able to create an airplane. So creating a radiation-proof car is possible for
I don't
Morgan.
know how they did it. Oh, excuse me. Lots of duct tape, I guess.
Plot convenience. And
Yeah.
also, why is Howard, a history teacher, being sent out on dangerous missions by Victor?
Okay, so this does actually kind of bother me because I thought he was supposed to be like the meek little sidekick, but maybe he's not meant to be the meek little sidekick. Maybe he's meant to be somebody who's also dangerous.
But we never got that vibe from him before when he was introduced.
I don't know, maybe he's easily
What changed?
persuadable.
What happened? Like, what happened?
I don't
Like,
know.
remember when Howard was introduced and he was like collecting art pieces and all of that stuff? Like, that Howard is very different from the Howard we saw in this episode.
Maybe he's actually a top. I don't know. For all intents and
Maybe it's
purposes, that's a joke.
maybe it's pent up frustration because Victor won't hook up with him or something. So he's simping for Victor. He's like, yeah, Victor, I'll do anything you ask of me.
I mean, it makes sense, I guess. All right, so we're gonna go on to season 7, episode 3, which is Cindy Hawkins. Now, this confused me a little bit because there's this thing called the Sadie Hawkins dance, and in I don't know if it's just America, but basically, it's when the girls ask the boys to a dance. So I was
I saw
like,
it on Stranger Things. Yeah.
huh? You
Wasn't
saw
it?
what?
Wasn't it something in Stranger Things? The dance.
Yes, yeah, that was the winter snowflake dance.
I
That was the
think, yeah,
snowflake formal.
I have seen that type of
There's
dances in American
well,
media where
there's
the girl asks the boy to dance with them, right?
that's like a big plot device too in like teenage movies.
Mm-hmm.
So um you and I didn't write this down because I was struggling with this episode because it really bothered me. But the California Dreamin' by the Mamas and the Papas, yes, every single
I
time
was
they
like,
played that song, I was like,
where?
I
I was
loved
like, where
it.
did that song come from?
I mean, honestly, I could listen to California Dreamin' over and over and over again and like not be sick of it. You know,
Yeah.
maybe if I lived in a bunker and I had been in there for however 90 days or whatever,
Mhm.
um, maybe that's just how they start their day and then they listen to the rest of the album.
Maybe, but yeah, I got to hear that song and I was like, that was quite random, but I welcome it.
I did like the familiarity of the scene where like she cooks breakfast, he wakes up, and then they just do it all, and you know, they play the game of
Mm,
life, they have a drink, and then they go to bed. Like I kind of did like that familiarity, and I didn't realize that they had a bunker. I was like, where the hell did this bunker come from? I bet it was Teddy's bunker.
it's Teddy's bunker,
And
yeah.
for those of you who
He
don't
made it.
remember, okay,
He
to hide
made
from
it
the
way
police.
before the apocalypse. Yeah.
Was it to hide from the
Mm,
police?
yep.
Okay, so for those of you who don't remember Teddy, he was the
Psychotic cult leader.
yeah, he was the cult leader who believed the tree was he the tree of life guy? Okay,
Mm-hmm,
yeah.
mm-hmm.
But basically he's a serial killer who killed a bunch of women by embalming them and then posing them.
Yep.
Which is what this episode kind of covers. And John Dory's father, John Dory the third or senior, I don't know, John Dory Senior. But here you've written Batman, so John Dory Senior Batman. This kind of focuses on the case that he was trying to solve with
Mm-hmm.
Cindy Hawkins. Um,
let's be real, it was a filler episode.
Yeah,
It was a
I.
filler episode. Yeah.
You also like another part of this episode in particular.
Yeah. At the end of the episode, when Morgan and Victor are talking with each other over the walkie-talkies, I'm like,
Hmm.
that's good. I think he called him Momo or something. I
I
don't
don't
know.
remember. I don't remember. But Morgan's like, whenever I see you, and he's like, what, Victor? No, he's like, what, Morgan? What? And I was like, damn, girl, he's taken off his earrings and his shoes. He is ready to fight. I
He's
wish
like,
a bitch would.
catch me outside, catch me
Yeah, cash from
outside.
outside. How about that? Yeah, he
Yeah.
was very, very sassy, Victor. And I was like, finally, some like I just love the Morgan and Victor thing. It's so shitty and so stupid, but I love them being at odds with each other.
Yeah, Morgan is
Um,
like, if you hurt someone I know, I'm coming for you. And Victor is like, okay, whatever you say, girl,
yeah, he was
bye.
like, yeah,
And
okay,
transmission.
bye, girl. Yeah. All right. So some least favorite moments. We've already established that this episode is a filler episode, but you
Hmm.
do have some um
I
hard
mean,
to
I
some
really
least
thought,
favorites.
yeah, it was like very fillerish to me. Senior John Dory getting his Batman on, and I actually thought that he was going to hurt Grace, like he was going to unintentionally hurt Grace somehow.
Did they didn't I'm trying
Not
to
Grace,
remember
my bad. June, yeah,
June,
June.
yeah. I was like, did they meet up in this
That
episode?
June, that he was going to hurt June,
Yeah.
which he kind of did. Like he just left her in the
Yep.
rubble when
Left
she
her
was stuck.
left her foot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hmm. And he went outside. It was a filler episode. You could like skip this episode and but nothing would change
It's
necessarily.
I mean, yeah, it was kind of I understand it being a filler episode, but also it was like an establishment episode where we're establishing where the characters are and like what happened to them after the fallout.
Do we really care about Senior John Dory though?
No, but I care about June.
I mean, if we cut out all of that Batman stuff and we only skipped skipped to the part where Senior June Senior Dory and June woke up in Victor's hospital in his tower, nothing would have changed. We could have picked up the episode from there that Victor found them buried
Yeah,
in the bunker.
his DTs, his delirium tremens, and his hallucinations about the girl talking to him about June, she's lying, blah blah blah. I was like,
Mhm.
oh my god, shut up. Like I get it. I get it. This case was important to you, but like I'm so tired of these people going on these missions and having these things that they have to do with their lives. And I was like,
And also hallucination episodes, like no, don't do them. Like
we have
no.
learned from many episodes. The first hallucination episode was that one where Daryl was climbing up the hill trying to find Merle, and he was just completely zonked out of his mind. Remember that
Yeah,
episode?
yeah,
Yeah.
like hallucination episodes don't do that. We got one in World Beyond that didn't
Mm,
work. It didn't
yeah.
work for me in this episode. Like, don't do hallucination episodes.
Yeah. I mean, like, anyway, so um, we still have not figured out who the strippers are, the people who strip the dead.
Yeah.
And at
Hmm.
this point, I'm very confused because we've encountered them a couple of times. And at first, I thought maybe these are Alicia's people. But then it's like, haha, just kidding. We're actually another group just exactly like the people who strip the dead. And I'm like, okay, which
Like, who
we,
are they? And their entire goal in the upcoming episodes, like releasing walkers around the area. Like, why?
yeah, I don't understand why they're doing that. Like, who are they? Just, um, so do you have anything else to say about this episode other than it was filler?
No, I found it boring.
Nah.
I do not care about John Dory Sr. I do not care about June. Both of them make me remember the actual John Dory. And
You
yeah.
better watch your mouth. June is a goddess. However, we did have a new goddess introduced to us in the last. Is it? Oh my god!
Oh,
Oh, I'm gonna get there soon. We're gonna get there because I think you and I are both
oh,
excited about her. Um.
uh,
Okay, so then we have season 7, episode 4, which is "Breathe with Me," where we get some of Sarah's backstory, with Wendell, and she is with Josiah, who is played by the exact same actor who played Emil, and
Neil.
of course
Yeah.
Josiah we find out he's a park ranger, and that the dog is, I'm doing kind of a summary for myself so I remember. The dog is his dog. It's a cadaver dog. He was part of the park ranger service. And Sarah wakes up and she's with Daniel and she's with Al, which finally we see Al, which was really
Yeah.
nice. We don't see Mysterious Helicopter, which of course we all know is part of the CRM.
Mm-hmm.
Which, to be honest, it would be interesting to see if that character shows up
In
in,
World Beyond.
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there are no particular moment. I liked this episode. It was okay. It was not my favorite episode. However, there was one part of this episode that I am furious about. Absolutely furious. And I will tell you why. I will tell you why. This dog, this gem of a beautiful, loving dog, is bit on his face by Emil's dead head, and he dies. And also, this dog eats beans with hot sauce. I'm sorry, but you're not supposed to give a dog hot sauce. Okay, so I'm really angry. As you can see with my hands, I am very angry about Rufus. It's very upsetting. Very
Mm-hmm.
upsetting. I am almost as upset about Rufus as I am about Carl. Actually, yeah. Yeah. I'm upset about Rufus dying.
I mean,
You go
Rufus
ahead.
went through a lot. Like Rufus went through a lot. He survived a nuclear
He
blast.
he was the
And
goodest
what does it?
boy.
Yeah, and what does him in? A bite. A zombie bite.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm so angry. I have so many feelings about this.
I mean, if you look at it narratively, there was really no reason for Rufus to die. He still could have
No.
survived,
Exactly.
right?
Like cut off his, well, no, it was on his face. You can't really cut off his face. But plus though, we haven't actually seen an animal get bit other than like a horse, but the horse immediately fell and then the walkers devoured it. So like we
Mhm.
haven't actually seen any kind of,
An animal turn. Yeah.
yeah, we haven't actually seen an animal turn in all the seasons of The Walking Dead and all the seasons of Fear the Walking Dead. I don't even think that they turn. I think they just suffer until they die because we have not seen zombie animals at all.
Hmm.
I mean, there was Shiva, but Shiva died, in the regular way being pulled apart, but the dog just suffered until it died. I guess because this
And
this virus is,
also, was the dog suffering because it got bit, like on the nose, or if he got bit in one of his paws, would he have still been alive?
I don't know, because like I saw it was like right on his face, like the side of his
Hmm.
face. Um, what is this telling me? Connection unstable.
I mean,
Uh-oh.
you now I maybe from your end I can hear you and see you perfectly.
Okay, cool. That's good then.
But yeah,
But
Rufus
yeah,
is dead for some reason.
they just wanted to hurt us.
Yeah, yeah. They were like, you know what? We need to basically, Josiah lost everything. He lost his brother. He lost his dog.
Lost his
Basically, a new
car.
beginning for him. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Basically, a new beginning for him. Hmm.
yeah. And then we also find out that Wendell is with Strand because they go to this because Josiah makes a bargain with Sarah and is like, if you could bring me, I'll bring you your brother if you can bring me Morgan Jones.
Hmm.
And it was
And
just,
also, what are your thoughts about on Wendell's and Sarah's relationship? The entire story about how when she was a baby, whenever she was close to
I think it was,
Wendell, she was able to breathe, and I'm like, okay,
I
while
think,
you were babies, that makes sense. But how did you guys continue your relationship as you grew up, when you were children, when you were grown up? Because people take their kids from hospitals, and those babies never necessarily see each other again.
and her mom died, so it's like, were they actually, was she adopted? Because like I'm sure that this has been said somewhere, but I feel like this plot point was very forced because she like wakes up gasping for air multiple times and has panic attacks. We've never seen, whenever she and when she and Wendell have been separated in the past, she's not had any panic
Yeah.
attacks. So this is
Mm-hmm.
very new. It's very new for her character, and I don't necessarily think it fits, because it makes the other stuff that she's done in the past, the other stuff that she's done in the past, like it doesn't make any sense, and it's really frustrating to, I don't know, but not everybody's gonna be watching this gonna be like, well, actually, 4 seasons ago, she, like nobody's gonna be doing that like we are.
Yeah.
But really,
At this point, people are just watching it just to watch it.
yeah. All right,
Mm-hmm.
you also have another gripe in WTF moment,
Yeah,
which
I was like, that guy was just able to pick up a warhead and place it alone, place it in the cart, and move with it.
I
How?
just,
A warhead that's already leaking. Like,
yeah. Yep. Never mind that all that concentrated radiation or whatever it is, I don't know. I don't know
and
what they were
also
thinking.
coming back to, he's from the strippers group, right? He's one of the strippers, right? He's one of the strippers.
He's like, I've got to offer, or he's like, I have something that will cement our
Goal or plan. They're
or something like
trying
that.
to do
Sorry, like
something.
I totally, yeah, they're like, this is gonna give us what we want, and I'm like, okay, well, what do you want other
What do
than
you want?
weirdly
And also, they're like
taking,
hoarding walkers inside this giant
not only that, but
yard,
taking their
shed.
clothes
Yeah.
off of them.
And then releasing them in the wild. Like, what's the plan here? Give us some answers. What's happening?
Some other
We don't
wackos,
know.
some other weirdo
hmm
wackos.
hmm
All right, so we've got season 7, episode 5, Till Death.
Ah.
Um,
Now this is an episode I kind of enjoyed.
I did like this one a lot. And mostly so I was actually kind of surprised. I like them. I know you said that it was a WTF moment for your least favorite, or WTF, yeah. I liked that they're the dark horses now. Like, I thought that was pretty cool. It's kind of, oh, wait a second. Oh, hello. What do we have here? We have got Tara.
Oh no, I can't hear anything. Shit.
Oh no. We have Tara who's
Oh,
joined
no.
us.
It's on me. I can't
I'm
hear
assuming
anything.
how long? Oh, can't hear anything. Okay.
No.
We can hear you.
Can you guys hear me? Oh, why can't I hear anything? This is terrible. This is on me. I jumped in like not expecting I was going to do this.
Tara, use your mobile phone. Try using your mobile phone.
No input.
Yeah.
Hold on.
I'll message. Try it. Yeah, maybe she can try her mobile phone.
Okay. Well, while Tara can always catch up then. But yeah, I liked Dwight and Sherry being these people, even though it was kind of hokey. What are you doing?
Messaging Tara. I'm like, you know what? If the laptop isn't working, hop on with your mobile phone.
We had almost 5 viewers at one point. I don't know who it was that was viewing us. 5 different people. Thank you. Only know one of them is me because I have it open in another screen. Do you also have it open in another screen? No? Okay. Well, hello, other person who's watching.
Yeah.
It might be Tara, to be honest.
Yeah, but then again, 5 people. Who are the other 3?
Hey, who are you people? We want to know. We want to give you love and attention. Because even though this webcast is about hating these shows,
we do love to hate on it. If you guys want to join,
we do.
share your comments. Yeah.
Yeah. Be like go on the YouTube, which there are no comments now, but if we were to go on the YouTubes and take your comments for comment shout outs.
I mean, we do get views after the fact, after the webcast.
Yeah.
But yeah, we do sometimes get people joining in live.
Okay. Well, anyway, so Tara's doing that. So this is Till Death. I honestly thought that it was going to be about Dwight and Sherry with the whole Till Death thing. Definitely was surprised for this one because I had heard like I saw in passing before I had watched any of the episodes that Aisha Tyler was going to be joining in, and she is a powerhouse. She's been for Criminal Minds. She's these are just the things I can think of. But she's been in Criminal Minds. She was in Archer. She played Lana.
She's still in Archer.
Yeah, she's still in Archer, still playing Lana. Her voice is indistinct. Distinct. I cannot talk. But yeah, so she was in this episode. But yeah, okay, so let's go ahead and start going over our favorite moments while we're waiting for Tara to jump back in.
Yeah, my favorite moment, like the phone book armor. Why aren't more people making that? Like, why? They are like likely thousands of books around. Use it.
Yeah, the phone book thing is specific. Maybe she can only use the phone books. I don't know. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can hear you guys. Can you hear me?
Yay. All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
The biggest issue is, am I echoing? Because
No.
Okay, because I had to unplug everything. I've actually never used this mic or these headphones with this computer because I'm on my laptop. So, holla.
Okay, awesome. Well, I'm so glad you could join us, even if it's just for this last episode, which I'm assuming you really liked.
Which episode is it?
This is Till Death, the one with Aisha Tyler. No.
Is this the one? Is this World Beyond or Fear the Walking Dead?
Fear the Walking Dead.
Fear the Walking Dead.
With the wrestling.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Did you have some other stuff to say about any of the other episodes, real quick?
First of all,
like Rufus died, Sarah. Rufus died.
Okay, so I'm sure Bekah already talked about, because I guess I missed the baby crying discussion, which oh my god, I was just like, please don't. And I was watching it, I think on the plane, and of course I had headphones on, but I was like, no,
her signals
no, I don't want any of this. Ew, stop it. And it just kept going and going and going. Like, this is why I didn't have children. Like, for real. But yeah, Rufus dying pissed me the fuck off. Like, just, that's all I have to say about that. The whole thing about him dying was stupid. It was stupid.
We were saying like how he really could have just lived and like it would not have been the end of the world, you know. They fridged the dog for Josiah. That's stupid.
Literally what they did. That's what they did to make what's his name, change his mind about his life or whatever. Everything with Victor is just. What is he doing?
You don't like sassy Victor?
Listen, I love some sassy Victor. But I don't love sassy Victor when he's keeping Sarah from Wendell. Okay, like he can be sassy and be like, making Morgan and Grace choose because I don't fucking care, honestly. But like, you do not make Sarah choose. I didn't honestly remember what Sarah might have done to him that would make him,
She chose Morgan's group over his group.
Victor's a big fucking baby. Like, I feel like this is high school, honestly. Like, except it's not. It's literally like the end of the world, and y'all are a bunch of babies. Grow up.
We actually talked about how about the whole. What do you think of the whole thing where Sarah was like, I couldn't breathe on my own unless I was next to Wendell, except for the fact that she has been not next to Wendell multiple times throughout the series, and she's never had an anxiety attack. She's never not been able to breathe.
I think, for me, it's more just, I guess I assumed it was that while she was apart from him, she always knew that he was
Oh, I see.
okay or whatever. So this, like, not knowing where he was or if he's even alive, you know, it was just very anxiety inducing for her. So that's what I got out of it. I did think it was kind of a big leap from how she was to how she is, but also a whole lot has changed. And as somebody who has been, especially lately, really struggling with anxiety, I wasn't really all that like thrown off by it. But I was a little bit thrown off that after all that, she was still like, okay, well, I'm just gonna let Wendell go. And I'm like, are you though? Like, are you? Can you?
Yeah.
Oh, but yeah, I did like the episode with Dwight and I liked the dark horses thing. Like
I did too, but Farid thinks it's dumb, apparently.
Oh, I loved it. I
did too.
No.
2 against 1, Farid. We win this.
Why did you hate it, Farid? Have you already?
Yeah, please tell us. Please tell us. I want to know too.
I mean, it felt very comic booky. I've already seen Senior Dory getting his Batman on, and then we get these vigilantes on horses. Like, no, no.
I really liked it. I liked that they were out there like trying to make a difference. I loved that Aisha Tyler was in this episode. Yes. Like, I was like, why is she so familiar? Why is she so familiar? Because I like the way they portray her is like this big muscular, you know, wrestler. And I was like, I recognize her, but who is she? So I had to like actually go looking to figure out who she was. And I was like, holy crap, it's Aisha Tyler. It's Archer. It's like, I've met her. I like had whole conversations with her one year at San Diego Comic-Con. She's the nicest person ever. So like, that was really cool. I hope she lasts on the show for a while because I am all for this like vigilante stuff. Like, I didn't like the family dying though.
Yeah.
Victor did that.
And yeah, I know, but like even for Victor, that is fucking cold. Okay, that is cold. Like even for him, that is cold.
And leaving.
I guess he really wanted Dwight and Sherry. He really wanted those two back.
And leaving.
He wanted them so badly that he killed the like 2 parents that can obviously make a child and their very intelligent, cool daughter. Like that just seems like a bad decision overall. Like not just because he wants Dwight and Sherry, but also like you're trying to populate your, you know, little utopia with people who are going to further everything. And this is the route that you go. Cool, dude. Cool.
We also... Yeah, so, and we also had, so you also talked a little bit about the wrestling montage against the zombies. I really liked that. I thought that was very fun, very clever. I'm really tired of The Walking Dead and their zombie killing things, but I will say that this actually was very funny and very enjoyable to watch.
It was, I was a little thrown off by it at first, but after the fact, I was like, okay, you know what? No, that was cool. It was cool. It was a fun.
And the song that was playing in the background, I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to go with it. And I ended up enjoying it.
Yeah, it was a fun new thing. And like, I was sad too. I was sad that her husband died, even though we never met this dude, you know, like I was actually saddened. And I do feel like that was a little bit like, oh, we got to further Dwight and Sherry's plot, you know, like her husband dying is what made them. Also, that whole conversation where they were like, Dwight's like, I want to have a family. And I was
my gosh. Yeah. No. When Sherry was like, really?
And all I can think of is that baby crying. And it's like, no, please don't.
I'm not really sure how it's going to come across, but when it comes to these post-apocalypse shows where there's still a whole lot of danger around, I can't really get into actually men telling their wives that they need a baby. I'm like, you're not the one who's going to remain pregnant for 9 months. Like,
hey, you don't know
why
me.
are you putting? Why are you
to
putting?
worry about getting the proper nutrition?
Yeah, I'm like,
also,
why are you putting
they're
your wife
living
through
in
this?
like they're not even living in just like post-apocalyptic zombie land. They're living in post-apocalyptic like nuclear wasteland. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Although
Yeah,
I guess Fear the Walking Dead
it
is
makes
going
no
to be
sense to
filming.
me.
I guess if Fear the Walking Dead is going to be filming in Georgia eventually.
Yes, they did say that they are moving from Texas to Georgia.
Why?
I guess they're moving further west or further east. Further east, further west. They help me, God. They're moving further east, I guess, in the plot, or maybe because I know they're going to start filming in Atlanta, around the Atlanta area. So maybe, to be honest, maybe that's where they've been filming the Strand stuff. Maybe they've been filming that in a warehouse down. I don't know. It was just a thought, but
I mean, I guess like my only other thing is like, where the fuck is Alicia? How have we gotten? How many episodes is this? 5, 4?
5 episodes.
5. Yeah. How have we gotten 5 episodes into this season and we have 0 Alicia?
I don't know. I still think that she's part of the stripper gang. I know that sounds really stupid, but like there's literally no other way to put it other than the stripper gang. It could be her people because they're trying to leverage what they want using not the grenade, the
leaking warhead.
The leaking warhead, yeah, which is just like, okay. And he didn't even have an answer for. They were like, I don't know why we're taking all their clothes off of them, not to have sex or anything. But like, it just is so weird. Like, it's such a weird thing. I don't feel like Alicia would actually do that though. But there's so many different groups that we have, and we need answers about who they are, and what they're doing. Because we have Strand's group, we have Alicia's group, we have Morgan's group, we have the Civil Republic, I'm assuming. We have Al's group. And then, but like the biggest group right now, we've got Strand, and we have the stripper group, and then we have Alicia's group, and then we have Morgan's group. So that's,
Was it the walker, was it the people who were like stripping the walkers who picked up Dwight and Sherry at the end of the episode?
They were the beginning.
They look like strippers to me.
Yes.
At the end of the episode.
Yes, the strippers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
There's
so you're going to go and find.
I was fairly certain that's who it was, but it was unclear.
Yeah, that was a little confusing. But yes, they were with the strippers because they're obviously against what's his ass? Strand.
They want to find Papa, whoever the fuck Papa is.
Padre. We don't know. So we don't know what Padre is as of right now.
I've been watching Kuroko no Basake, so I've been like Papa, Padre, whatever, fine, Dad.
But yeah,
Papa, can you hear me?
What? Okay. What? I gonna say? Gosh darn it. So we don't really know exactly what Padre is. It sounds like it's like a plot of land, or it could be an underground city or something. But I'm confused. I don't know what Padre is. We've seen it on a map.
I assume Padre was a person. I know that they've got
it's a sanctuary, right?
Oh my gosh, if I have to hear the word sanctuary one more time, I'm gonna jump into the ocean with a brick around. Anyway. Sorry, The World Beyond said sanctuary a lot.
Good. Well, I'm glad I didn't watch any of those episodes and I could just hop in for this one last discussion of Fear the Walking Dead.
I'm actually gonna look up what is Padre Fear the Walking Dead.
Here's the thing. I caught up with Fear the Walking Dead because I actually cared a little bit, just a little bit, about what was going on. But I was like, I don't have to watch World Beyond because I don't have to Yeah, I will, obviously, before we finish, our stuff. But like me popping on tonight was literally like, oh, I finished packing. They must still be going on. Hopefully it's about Fear the Walking Dead.
Oh, wait a second. Uh-oh, I just spoiled myself.
No, how?
What happened? Are you like reading a fan theory or an actual spoiler?
No. It's a synopsis. It's the plot from
Episode 6?
For episode 8.
Mm.
And guess who's coming back?
Guess who's
It
back in
better
the
be
house?
fucking Alicia at this point.
It is fucking Alicia.
Finally.
Like all this time.
Oh, okay. It makes sense because episode number 8 is actually titled Padre.
Yeah.
Yeah, so she's Padre, right? Like, please tell me she's Padre.
No, they're looking for.
Damn.
Who
I want
is
Alicia to be Padre. Like that was like my only like. It's not even a theory. It's just like, please let Alicia be Padre so that we can just stop this nonsense.
So apparently the baby, they call her Momo, but her real name is Morgan. I forgot that they named her Morgan.
Mm-hmm.
I did too. So
okay.
Also, poor Grace. Like, although also like I had, but when I was not sure when we were doing another episode, I had like notes from that episode where they went into, like, they drove away from the submarine and everything, and Grace like just went nuts about the song and like screwed everything up, and I was like, Grace, oh my god, girl, like you gotta hold.
We talked about actually, like, it was very stressful to watch, but Farid and I were actually talking about that it was pretty good as far as like character development goes.
Yeah. And then
I mean, she just lost a baby like what, a week ago?
It wasn't that long. I think it was more than a week, but it wasn't that long. It must have not been that long, because she does, like, honestly, like, apparently she has no she's not
Milk.
lactating, so she can't feed baby Momo.
I think it's been, according to because didn't Morgan come and find, they didn't come and find June and Batman, did they?
Morgan went to the bunker, but they were already gone.
Okay, so, and whenever he went to the bunker, though, the like the number on the wall was like 90. So it's been 3 months, 3 months. So.
Oh yeah, that bunker episode.
Yeah, we talked about that one. We talked about how it was basically a filler episode.
Yeah.
I looked up Padre, and some people seem to think, so this, I guess, this could technically go in theories. I'm going to go ahead and take one for the team, and I'll adopt it as a theory. Padre is going to be another part of the CRM.
Maybe. The CRM.
Oh, CRM.
The Civil Republic.
Serum. I was like, what the?
You put it on your face, it makes your skin glow.
Yeah. Padre.
Welcome to the apocalypse.
Padre.
All that nuclear fallout having your skin feel dry. Padre. You can use it on your hair too. Okay. All right, because we are coming up on 50 minutes now. We need to get through The World Beyond.
The World Beyond episodes that I haven't watched, so I'm gonna bow out. But
okay, thanks for joining us, though.
Yeah, I'm glad I could. I wish I could have joined sooner and actually talked about the Fear the Walking Dead stuff. But to be honest, like, other than the nonsense baby crying and Rufus dying, I actually haven't hated it. Well, and the fact that we still haven't, seen Alicia. I really haven't hated these episodes. Like, Rufus dying was absolute just bullshit nonsense. And they can kiss like my entire ass about that. But other than that, like, I don't know. Like, I didn't hate these episodes. I thought I would, But also like I'm just in this like state of anxiety about Victor and him just being Victor and just being an asshole and fucking everything up.
Okay, final theory. Do you think that Victor is going to die this season?
I don't even know if it's a theory. I just hope he does. I want him gone.
I don't think
he has done a lot of evil stuff, killing that family for no reason.
Yeah.
How do you come back from that? Like,
well, and also he's just playing like this whole like, well, you did like a mean thing to me once, so I'm not letting you into my special place. Like, dude, this isn't the way life works now. And the guy that's working for him is actually pissing me off more than Victor is. Because Victor told, like, before the blast went off and he thought he was going to die, he told that guy how much of a dickhead he was. And this guy's just like, well, Victor doesn't want you in our place, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, dude, I hate both of you like equally right now. You know, like I've really always tried to be like team Victor can change, you know, more often than not. But right now, but also I think I want his little buddy to die more than I want him to die because I'm just sick and tired of his smarmy little face. He's smarmy and he's like know-it-all, like all the time. Like, and I think that's because he's Victor's mouthpiece. But I also just want him to go away.
Yeah. He's doing too much. He's basically like roaming around. He's actually the one who's met everyone, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I already know about you, Morgan, because Victor told me about you, and I'm like,
Yes, Victor told you about him after he told you that he like was the worst person ever. Like, why are you following this dude?
He's simping for him. He wants to hook up with Victor, and Victor hasn't said yes yet. That's what's happening.
Yeah, you're probably not wrong there.
Yeah.
But also, ew, I hate you both. Go away. I hope you both die. I don't even remember his name right now, but Howard. I kind of want him to die more than I want Victor to die. Probably just because, again, he's Victor's mouthpiece. It's like the mouth of Sauron. It's like when he comes out and talks shit to Aragorn, and you're just
Sauron.
Like, the mouth of Sauron. The mouth of Sauron. That is what Howard is. Howard is the mouth of Sauron, and Victor is Sauron at this point, sitting up in his tower, just like. I rule the world, blah, blah, blah. I'm evil.
Is Fear the Walking Dead being artsy? Referencing Lord of the Rings? Is that what's happening?
Shit. I don't
Scott Gimple. Scott Gimple watching this webcast and taking notes.
Them that reference.
Yeah, they're taking the notes, and in the next promo material, they're going to talk about how they were so intelligent that they added those messages in Fear the Walking Dead. You just handed it to them, Tara. You just handed it.
God damn it. All right. Well, you guys are going to talk about World Beyond.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, goodbye for everything.
4 episodes.
Goodbye for a few weeks until I actually catch up on that show. I'm glad I was able to hop in. I love you guys so much. Have a good night. Mwah.
Goodbye.
Bye.
All right. Sorry, I zoned out there for a second. I was looking over the World
Google
Beyond
sheet
stuff. Yeah. So all right. So we have
season number 2, episode number 4.
Yeah, family is a 4-letter word. Like fuck.
But family isn't a 4-letter word. Like the title makes no sense.
It's family is a 4-letter. I think it's supposed to mean like either family, because typically when somebody says I'm about to say a 4-letter word, it means they're about to swear.
Or maybe it's like it can be love or it can be hate. Family can be love or family can be hate. Both are 4-letter words.
Yep. Or it could be.
I think that's what.
Anyway,
we are giving these creatives like a whole lot.
So I honestly am kind of pressed on what happened in this episode. I don't remember much.
I mean, basically, in this episode, Huck and Hope ended up coming to the sanctuary, the little place that's governed by Indra, and they end up meeting Iris and Will. Basically, a whole
That's
lot of
right.
secrets come out.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
Percy tries to kill Huck. Will stops it.
That's
And
right.
Huck is confused, and Felix is like, if you don't trust me, I need you to go and trust your mom, because if you're someone who can lie to us for years, your mom is a better liar than you.
Right.
So yeah. So basically, I like the fact that Hope and Huck finally learned about the CRM, and they didn't
Yeah.
continue to drag it out.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I really like. I didn't mind these episodes. I just don't really have like a ton to say about them.
I mean, these 4 episodes, my biggest gripe uh, overall from these 4 episodes, they aren't giving Elton a lot to do.
Yeah, that is kind of bumming me out that Elton has become an
Like
accessory.
I like Elton as a character, like, but he's basically doing nothing. He did nothing.
He's just around as a support now, I think. Like, we all found him so absolutely darling whenever we were, because he was super cute and very quirky, but now he's like, it's almost like
He's just there.
Yeah.
He's just there. They don't want to kill him, so he's just there.
Look, there can only be one quirky character, and Jadis has beat him out for that role, so there can only be one.
Yeah, that's what's happening.
So didn't really have much to say about that. Is this the episode where we find out that the Asha is sick? The Asha is sick?
Yeah, the Asha is like, yeah, this is the episode, and that they are giving those medicine and other medical stuff from the CRM.
Yep.
And yeah.
Okay, so and then we have episode 5. I thought we were gonna go pretty fast with these because not a lot happened. So this one is Quatre Voix, or Quarter Voice if you're real Southern. Quatre Voix.
And yeah, Jadis is back.
Yeah, Jadis is back. Anne is back. That ridiculous hair is back. It's starting to all kind of like come together. Like people, like things are being sewn together, like everything is lining up. The timeline is starting to kind of line up with the world beyond and the Walking Dead and Fear the Walking Dead. So
yeah, and I'm like, you know what, Jadis going from queen of the trash heaps to basically being the high, what is she? Is she like a sergeant?
She's a
now?
warrant officer, whatever that is.
And I'm like, good for you, Jadis. Good for you.
Jadis is. See, the thing was, I was kind of confused. I thought that she already belonged to the CRM military, or did she negotiate being a part of the CRM military whenever she was with Rick's group and that?
Yeah, she worked with the CRM, and then they took her in, and then Huck trained her. Okay. And that's how she was able to rise so quickly in the ranks. And that's why she even said to Huck that it must have hurt a bit to seeing your student like being on a level higher than you.
Yeah, which is weird because Jadis is obviously way older than Huck. She's like my mentor, and I was like, you could probably be Huck's mom. Cole, calm down there. I cannot get over her hair. It's just like, look, some things in the future are not better. Okay, so then we move on to least favorite moments. You talked about the coat, Elton's Tuffy stitch coat.
Oh, I'm like, first Asha took it, and then Percy took it, and I'm like, does this coat not belong to Elton right now? Like, does this coat belong to the streets?
It's a community. It's a community coat, just like we have a community baby. Okay, we have community coat.
I'm like, give that boy his coat. Like, literally, you can see that the writers don't care about Elton anymore. Like, they're like, okay, Elton has the coat, anyone can have it now. The coat was part of his character. Like,
yeah, now without it, he's just like, it's like all his magic is gone.
I really think that the writers ended up changing Elton's trajectory in season number 2. I think back in season number 1, they had something else planned for him. But when season 2 came around, I think a whole lot of stuff changed. And now they don't necessarily know what to do with Elton anymore.
Yeah, I agree with that, actually.
Because he was the main character in season number 1. We had an entire flashback episode featuring him. But
also Silas. He's just there.
About Silas.
I don't really care about him either. At first, I was like kind of invested in him, but lately, I just don't care.
I don't care about Silas. I think the writers really don't care. Or maybe they thought that if season number 2 performed well, they could like drag the story out to season number 3. But that didn't happen, and that's why they're basically rushing through the story and not giving Silas and Elton a lot to do.
That makes
sense. Because they know that they have to end stuff at season number 2. They don't have a season
10 episodes or something?
Yeah, only 10 episodes. That's not a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so all right, so
episode 6.
Episode 6, yeah. Who are you? Who are you? Is it him or me? No, that's Who Do You Love? Never mind. Okay, so talking about Leo, talking about Lila's involvement. We've already known that Lila was involved in some sticky stuff. But for now, finally, Leo finds out about it.
I liked how he found out. Like the bag dropped. Yeah, the bag dropped, and he remembered the files dropping in the forest, and that's when it clicked for him. And also, it turns out that Lila has been experimenting on the dead for a very long time. Yeah. She ended up experimenting on her husband and daughter. Like Lila is not.
Yeah.
She is not sane, basically.
I would say that she's sane. So I feel like that she's one of those people who will do anything in the name of science. And I think that her brain immediately goes to science.
But still, there has to be some sort of logic in it. Like, what was she doing with her husband and daughter with a first aid kit? Like, what was she doing with them?
She experimented on them, didn't she?
Like, why?
I don't know. How? That's just her default. Maybe she's crazy. Okay, so it was this episode where Huck accidentally locks Felix in the fridge?
Maybe I think it was the previous episode.
Okay.
See, it was the previous episode. Yeah, but also she doesn't lock him in the fridge. He gets locked by himself. She comes back to get him.
You know what I mean.
Also, I like the interaction between Jadis and Huck, because Jadis is suspicious of Huck. But she's also like, you know what? I can use you to give myself another promotion.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I was like, good for you. Good for you, Jadis.
She, in one of the previous episodes too, she talked about how she was able to create a colony by like othering people, like giving them their own language and stuff like that, and the theatrics. Excuse me. Right, and then unfortunately we have lost Dev.
Yeah, but I think it was expected. I was expecting him to die.
I was not expecting him to die because I wasn't really paying attention for some reason. But like there were a lot of moving pieces in these last 4 episodes, especially the last 2 episodes especially. And I think that I wasn't even sure what Dev and Will were supposed to do. And then Dev is like, here's the gun. And at first I thought, because I wasn't watching the exact moment that he was shot, so at first I thought that he killed himself so Will could get away. And then I thought that maybe Will took the gun. I had to rewatch this like 4 times. And I thought that Will killed him. But it was just the CRM people that killed him, and Will ran.
For a second, I thought that Dev was going to betray Will. When he was behind him, they were walking, and he was behind Will, and I was like, oh no, he's going to hit him on the head.
Yeah.
But yeah, Dev's dead.
Yeah.
Again, the writers don't necessarily know what to do with Asha either. Like Dev's dead, and Asha is just here to give to have someone around so that Elton can talk to them, basically, because
Yeah,
Elton isn't necessarily talking to anyone else.
Yeah. I think those characters were just there as vessels. Right, so we have episode 7, Blood and Lies. I don't really have any favorite moments. I was kind of disappointed about Lila, but it had to happen. Now that Lila
it could have
had
happened differently. It could have happened differently, though. Like, did they really have to feed her to a zombie? Couldn't they just shoot her or something?
I mean, it has to be her poetic ending.
Yeah, I guess. Also, I'm liking the fact how Hope and Iris are basically not on the same page. Like, Iris wants to destroy everything.
And Hope is being very suddenly following the rules. Their roles have switched.
Why?
I don't know, but it's really bothering me that they've completely changed personalities that fast. But I guess,
and it hasn't even been that long. Like, she's been staying with her dad for like what, a week or two?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, and her entire personality changed. And I'm like, oh,
yeah,
what's happening here?
Okay, and then gripes and WTF moments. Jadis is actually the worst.
I like her.
I mean, I love her.
I don't want her to die. Yeah, I don't want her to die.
I like Jadis for who she is, but like, she's became like, I don't know. And I have some theories, right? And it kind of goes back to the Rick thing because, she took him out on a helicopter and they've been looking for live test subjects. So does that mean that Rick, because remember Michonne found him on that boat or saw him on the boat, or not saw him, she had proof that he was there. So did Jadis airlift Rick to safety and then let him go, or is he still kicking around in the facility somewhere? Maybe she let him go before she turned into whatever she is now. Also, we have General Beale's son. And at first we were not worried, but we were like, oh, theory is that he's being used to get close to Hope. What if Hope is now going to use him to get close to his father?
That's what's going to happen. That's literally what's going to happen, as far as I know, as far as I can assume. That's my theory too, that she is going to use him to get closer to the father. Also, who's the father though? We haven't seen him, right?
No, he's he's the head honcho of the military.
But who's the actor? Who did the cast?
Let me look.
Yeah. Because there were fan theories that General Beale might end up being Rick. But then we got to know that Mason is his son, so people were like, no, that can't be Rick.
It says The Walking Dead World Beyond disproves Rick Grimes' theory. Beale, World Beyond, Major General Beale. I'm looking right now to see.
That was the theory that that General Beale was actually Rick.
So yeah, we don't know anything about him, that he has a son named Mason. But he would have had, unless Mason was adopted, because Mason's in 16 and it's been less than 16 years since Rick left.
Yeah. Maybe he adopted the child or something. But then again, why would Rick be General Beale and authorize experimentations and killing people with a poisonous gas?
Yeah. See, the thing also is that they talk about how the politics are different. The politics and the military are different. So I'm wondering if the Commonwealth is the politician part of the Civic Republic. Does that make sense? So I'm wondering if
those two communities are connected. Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering about that because or the Commonwealth was the beginning of all of this,
Maybe General Beale actually lives in the Commonwealth.
He could, but he's yeah. But
he lives there. Yeah.
I thought he lived in. I don't know. I mean, I think they're definitely connected somehow. So, because I've been like trying to like remember, because like General Kublik, is that who it was? Major Kublik.
Which one?
Kublik. Oh wait, no, Kublik is The Walking Dead. Never mind. That's Fear the Walk. No, that's World Beyond. She's a colonel in the Civil Republic military. Civil Republic and Commonwealth. I'm looking this up.
Because I need to know who this person is, because they just can't waste General Beale, right? We only have like what, 3 more episodes left?
Yeah, they've been talking about him. Like,
he has to connect to the other franchises. Like, they can't just introduce him in this season and then we never hear from him again.
Mm-hmm. According to Anne, one of the communities that the organization belonged to is situated somewhere very far away, so presumably their base of operations is not within Virginia. The Commonwealth is in, what, Pennsylvania? Ohio?
Maybe. I guess, yeah, it has to be connected somehow, those two communities.
Feeling all, so apparently they're a Commonwealth. I don't know if they're actually related. I don't know. I don't know. So many theories that we could go with this.
Also, the project that they're working on, Project Votus, like, why? What's the end result? What's the goal?
I think they're hoping that they can put the stuff in the they want to put the compound in the chlorine gas, and then disperse it to see if it slows down and or completely stops the reanimation process. Because that's what she did, remember? She used the chlorine gas on him, and then she must have put it, because she was like, yes, my subject has not reanimated yet. And then they came back and it turns out he had reanimated. And so I think that she must put it in with the gas. Like, that's the only thing I can think of. And that's the reason why they're like, they've been experimenting in mass, oh my God. Okay, so this is the reason why those cult outposts exist, is to gather all the people that they've murdered by doing this stuff and to burn the evidence. Some people are already fitted with the trackers, and that's the reason why they're tracking them, to make sure that they're not moving very fast. Possibility.
Why are they killing people? Why are they killing thousands of people?
It's for the future, for the greater good. Whatever else they've said in the past.
Like, they ended up killing thousands of people. Omaha had thousands of people, and they just killed them with their toxic chlorine-filled gas for some reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, we still, like, 3 more episodes left. How are they going to explain this entire thing? Like, why are these people killing thousands of people? And the next, what's the next area they're going to attack? Portland?
Yes, they're planning on attacking Portland.
Why?
Bro, I don't know. That was just something I got really excited about for a second. Like, these culling outposts would be used to kill the people who were murdered by the CRM during their experiments. So that way people could not like go and look for their lost family members and realize, oh, these people were mass extinguished.
Yeah.
I don't know, it's a possibility. But like, I don't know how we're gonna wrap all this up in 3
episodes, right?
Yeah.
What if it gets greenlit for a season number 3? Surprise!
Oh my gosh.
direct to streaming. Maybe.
Yeah, gosh. Direct to streaming. To be honest, though, I would still watch it.
Same.
I would have to. I'd have to watch it.
But yeah, 3 more episodes left for this, and Fear the Walking Dead has 18 episodes?
Oh, God.
Or something? Yeah.
Something like that.
Mm-hmm.
The mid-season finale is coming up in a few episodes.
Yeah, mid-season finale is going to be episode number 8 on December 5th.
Maybe they'll end Fear the Walking Dead soon. Once everybody gets to Padre.
Yeah, maybe.
I doubt
it.
Everything.
Yeah. the leaking warhead explodes when everyone dies.
Oh my gosh, that would be so cool. I would love that.
And that's the end, right? They found Padre and boom.
They used the warhead to blow up Strand's building and killing everybody in there, and then Morgan and everybody finds Padre, and they all live happily ever after.
Before the live views fall even more.
Yeah,
because that's going to happen.
I mean, I don't know. They just have more money than they know what to do with, so they're just throwing it.
So yeah, 8 episodes. We went through 8 episodes. Any recommendations?
So I watched What We Do in the Shadows, the TV show recently, and I know I'm a little late to it, but the season 3 just ended 2 weeks ago. And it's really good. It's really funny. If you've not seen the movie, definitely suggest the movie. The show is funnier, but the movie kind of sets the foundation, and it's done by Jermaine Clement and Taika Waititi, who are known as Flight of the Conchords. So I definitely recommend What We Do in the Shadows. I haven't been watching anything else really. I've just been watching this.
Have you read Wheel of Time?
No, I haven't, but I know that it is coming out soon. I've not read. I'm having trouble with book stuff. The new season of Shadow and Bone is going to start filming soon. I think they said they've either already started filming or they're going to start filming at the beginning of the year.
So basically late 2020. The release date?
2021.
Possible.
No, the release date. The release date is going to be probably the end of 2022.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Okay, sorry. Sorry, I thought you said 2020, and I was like, Farid, that was last year.
But yeah, I'm basically watching Child's Play, Chucky, the TV series that continues.
I really want to watch that.
The story.
Yeah,
that continues the story from the films, and the original characters are coming back. It's chaotic, it's messy, it's fun.
I've heard that there's some
3 more episodes left.
There's some good queer representation.
Yeah, the lead character is queer, who is based on Don Mancini, the creator's own childhood.
Oh.
And yeah, he's basically living the childhood that he wanted through that particular character.
Oh.
Minus the little serial killer doll, though.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. So it's a fun show. It's only 8 episodes long. 3 more episodes to go. It's fun.
Okay, so it's only 11 episodes, or is it a mini series?
Eight episodes. Yeah,
only 8
episodes. Andy is all grown up from the first movie. The same actor is reprising his role. He's going to come up in the upcoming episode.
I know nothing about Chucky, so I'm gonna have to watch. I kind of know what it's about. I've seen Bride of Chucky, but I haven't seen the original Chucky. All right. Any activities or conventions coming up? No, I also have no conventions coming up. I have an activity coming up, but BTS is doing a tour in Los Angeles. Aaron, both the Geeky Area writer, Aaron and I are going to be going. They're doing a press release on one of the days, and we are trying to figure out because we have written about BTS and K-pop before,
Mm-hmm,
so we're trying to figure out maybe if we can figure out a way to get into the press release, because they're announcing something big, and we've written about the BTS before, so I think that would be cool if we could get into the press release for that.
Also, BTS is performing tonight or tomorrow on the James Corden show?
The 20 or the 19th, I think. Hold on.
This weekend?
Maybe it's the 20. Maybe it's the 17th. Let me look. I'm looking it up real quick because we don't like James Corden.
Yeah.
He's a horrible person.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. BTS is returning on November 23rd. Yeah, November 23rd.
Okay, next week.
They're also going to be on the AMAs, American Music Awards, performing with Megan Thee Stallion, which is really exciting. I'm really excited about that. I loved their collaboration that they did on their song Butter. She's going to be dancing with them and singing with them. And then they have the Jingle Ball coming up as well. Yeah, so it's a lot. They're either already in Los Angeles or they're going to be pulling up soon in Los Angeles.
They're feeding the BTS fandom. They're feeding the fandom.
They are feeding us. We are very well fed right now. Yes, we're very well fed. Okay, so I think that's about it.
Yeah.
So I am Bekah, along with Farid, and Tara was here earlier. Thank you for joining us while we bitch about stuff and things with the Bitching Dead. Please follow the Bitching Dead and the Geekery on Twitter. You can find us at the Bitchin' with no G, the Bitchin' Dead, and then the Geekery is at the Geekery. Remember, we are a free webcast run off of donations from viewers like you. Thank you for contributing and helping our host site, the Geekery, and hopefully we will be back soon with more bitching and complaining. All right. Goodbye, y'all.